Fortune favors only the bold. These are the meaning of the words Peter Obi sent into the midst of the evil plotters against his presidency. Peter Obi had a ballistic interview yesterday on channels where he threw rocket missiles into the ambush being laid for him in the ADC, where he said, "Listen, North, whatever you do, I will run as a presidency. I will get the platform because the Nigerian people want me. And most importantly, it is the turn of the South according to the Northern arrangement we have in this evil contraption called Nigeria." Those are his words verbatim. You see, I have always said it. The hungry power mongers that we have in the ADC, Obi must begin to speak up to challenge them. Right now, there is so much tension in ADC. Since the interview, the social media has gone gaga. Everybody, even the APC guys, are rattled. I am beginning to see some APC minions saying Peter Obi or nothing. They think it is a joke, right? Because they think a Peter Obi will once again be the soft guy he was in 2023. What Obi must understand this is his last chance. And when a man is gotten to that point that I do this or I don't do this, either ways I die, he is ready to do anything. Furthermore, in that interview, Peter Obi said he is ready to die for this country. But I have an advice for Peter Obi. Please, do not die for Nigeria. The man who did it the last time, Abiola, what was his benefit? Abiola died, all his investment perished. What Obi must understand is this. While it is fine for him to aspire to become the president, he must also be aware that the northern oligarchs will come hard at him. My point is, does he have the backing of his people? And here are the issues I have with Obi. Obi must put the interest of the Igbo man first in all his doings. Yes. And this is why I've always said Obi must remain bold in his assertions, in his submissions, everything about his political discussions. He has to be bold about it. Atiku will never hesitate to put the words of the northern interest first. He won't. You can see that all the northern leaders who summoned Obi to come for a conversation, they invited him. What do you think will be the terms of the conversations they're going to have? They will ask him, Obi, what do you have for us in the north? But they will tell him, Obi, above all, ensure Nigeria never splits. These are terms that are clogs in the wheel of progress. You and I agree, whether you're a Biafran, whether you're an Oduduwa Republican, whether you are a free spirit or a middle beltan, you know that the ultimate objective policy that we need to push Nigeria forward is Nigeria must split. These are the conditionalities the northern oligarchs will place on the table for Obi. Take an oath. Swear an oath. Take a vow. Will you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He said yes. Obi said yes, I will let him go. Why is he being held? And then they asked him, what would you do with the bandits? He said, well, for the bandits, when we arrest them, we'll keep negotiating and we'll release. And then I look at Obi, I said, Obi, this one where you don't talk, no jello. For the Nnamdi Kanu, I agree. Because we have never for one day, right, been able to catch up any evidence, see any evidence, provide any evidence that Nnamdi Kanu was wielding a gun. So are you telling me now, Peter Obi, that you haven't seen the videos, haven't heard the horrors Bello Turji committed in the forest of Zamfara, in the forest of Sokoto? How you see him brandishing guns? You are telling me you will, even if we catch Bello Turji, we will rehabilitate it? No. You see, these are the problems. This is why I said Nigeria will never get to its promised land because Nigeria wasn't supposed to be. If Obi gets there, if he really wants to have a change, he must have that total departure from the likes of Ibrahim Babangida. He must have that total departure, and he must have a complete disdain for those northern oligarchs that has kept the eastern region as it stands today economically handicapped. Yes, the southeast is economically handicapped because they have no access to seaway. They have no access to international waters. The Igbo land would have been highly prosperous. In fact, I would have been speaking from 042 if the Igbos had the seaport, because I gravitate towards success. That is who I am. Right? So those that have kept them in that entrapment, right, where they cannot fulfill their complete potentials, it is being produced in Aba, those shoes, those clothes, are meant to be exported to the neighboring countries within Africa, not going through road. Within Africa, they're supposed to get to South Africa, get to Lesotho, get to Gabon, get to Central Africa, get to Morocco, get to Tunisia, get to Sierra Leone, if they had access to that international waters. These are the things they ask Obi. Obi can do it without them. The Middle Belt have said they will give their support to Peter Obi. You see, when you fail to be bold, I am anchoring my conversations around that. Obi is a bold person in terms of business. And I want Obi to take off that toga that it is because I'm an Igbo man, there are some things I have to say. Listen, when they attack Obi, they don't hold words back. Attack on Obi is a hold. No, I mean, they don't hold any words. No hold word bars. They speak all in form of nonsense. Look at what Reno Mokri is saying. Reno Mokri, that Olori Buruku. Look at what he's trying to push. He said that how do people feel if they see Obi with El-Rufai? He said that how will people feel if Obi releases nothing? Look, you know that one now, don't they rile up what we call ethnic sentiment. And they are doing it to the benefit of who? Tinubu and the North. They are saying that Obi, who has in the past attacked the North, bringing his old tweets and videos. They went to dig up a video where Tinubu Obi said the Biafrans are his brothers. I mean, what the heck is wrong in that statement? Are the Biafrans not his brothers? As far as I'm concerned, are Biafrans not my fellow countrymen? I, as a Yoruba man, the Biafrans are my countrymen. Yes, because they are within this contraption. If you want me to reject them, if you want me to annihilate them, if you want me to alienate them, to extricate myself completely from them, then give them what they want. Oh, you want me to tell Sunday Igboho that he's no longer my brother? Really? That is why I said I love the new aura Obi is bringing forth. Declaring that riot act. He said, this is a riot act. I will run. Atiku, I will run. Whatever shenanigans you want to have done in that ADC, I will run. Watch what he said here. They will continue the analysis.
Thinking of being a running mate to Atiku, is that the case right now? That's your intention?
Again, Shehu, this is not in play. Nobody have ever discussed that.
You know why I'm asking?
People assume so many things. Nobody have ever discussed with me whether I'm going to be A or B or C. Shehu, I'm going to contest for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I believe I'm qualified for it.
Welcome back. Those words of Obi right now should be written, printed, and framed on a marble. Why did I say that? Why? It is simple. Listen, when a leader comes forth, he begins to say the truth as a stand. The northern leaders, the northern oligarchs will begin to shiver. Obi must channel his energy to the south and the middle belt. If the north want to abstain from progress, because everything Obi might probably have in the pipeline, which will have to do with decentralization of power, going back to regional system, Obi does not necessarily need the north. This is why I'm saying that Obi must be very careful with the way it handles the north. And when I'm talking about the north, I'm talking about the core north. The core north, what they want is simple. Let Nigeria remain as it stands. Let them continue to be the decision makers in this contraption. Let them be the final, let them always have the final say. They summoned Obi, we don't know what they talked to him about. He was there with Atiku. We don't know what they have given him. We don't know what they've asked him to take. We don't know what they've asked him to sign. Right? Obi must begin to be that man who will understand that. Listen, Nigeria might probably still retain its name, but Nigeria must completely be restructured. Obi said so many things. He said, this guy who is there today, Tinubu, right? Yes, he's a southerner, but he is not there completely for the interest of the South, but just for himself. That he wants to come in and serve the interest of his people in the South and, of course, in the North. There's so many things going on right now that we must indeed open our eyes and our inner eyes to look at. The North are beginning to regroup because ever since Obi had that interview, the North are beginning to think perhaps Obi wants to unleash some part of his. And we can see that some people are beginning to call him an IPOP sympathizer. Some people are beginning to name him the names that are not his. You know, when you begin to see, when you begin to ask, when you begin to question that exact, right? That exact powers of the North that, listen, I will do this without you guys. They will begin to plot all things against you. Yes. You know, if Obi had become the president as at 2023, he became that president without the Fulanese. Yes. Because it was the middle belt that voted for him. The Yorubas voted for him. His brothers, the Igbos, the Calabaris, the Akwa Ibomites. And he would have successfully been able to achieve all his agenda because he wouldn't have to listen to the Fulani oligarchs. And this is why I need to come out and say, fortune favors the bold. Obi must understand that he can sincerely grab that power without the Fulani oligarchs because this country does not belong to them. They are the minorities. These are people that don't have a state. These guys are land grabbers. These guys are power mongers. And this is why you see that they don't ever want to risk their existence by leaving the political arena. Yes, the Fulanis don't have a land in Nigeria. Historically, they are migrants. These are people who came from Senegambia. But today we can see how they have grabbed so many lands. It's in Bauchi, it's in Kano. In fact, they are now grabbing lands even in the south. They are grabbing people's land in Oyo State. Grabbing people's land is Ehamufu, Enugu State, Ebonyi. They know that if they risk their existence by leaving the corridors of power, they will be what? Ejected almost instantly. This is why they don't want to leave the Nigerian army. This is why when you check the Nigerian army, you find so much Northerners with Fulani lineage right there. Why? Because they want to remain relevant. When they are trying to turn illegality to legality. And Obi is a no-brainer to become the next president if Nigeria was a functional state. But because of those that has grappled, that are choking us as a nation, just watch. It's just a matter of days. Because I know that Obi will not deputize Atiku. Atiku is not ready to step down. It will be the 8 wonders of the world if Atiku steps down for Obi. I'm telling you. If Atiku steps down for Obi, it will be the 8th wonder of the world. That's the truth. Because Atiku has said, I want to become the president. I do not revere or regard anything called zoning. Abi? No, I don't. Because if it's about zoning, the South has... You can see how corny Atiku is, right? In 2015, he was talking about zoning. In 2025 now, 2027, going to 20, he's saying, the North has been on this, has been shortchanged. You can see that rhetorics. And you think I will not come out and tell Obi that fortune only favors the bold. If you're just joining, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Bye for now.